Another important thing we need to be able to do with exponents is take a power and raise it to a power. For example, 2 to the 4th raised to the 3rd power. In this case, we have the initial power, 2 to the 4th, but we're taking the additional exponent 3. So it means we have 2 to the 4th that has actually been multiplied 3 times. Well, let's expand this and see exactly what we have. 2 to the 4th means that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 2's multiplied. And then another 2 to the 4th means we have 4 more 2's. And then the third 2 to the 4th means we have 4 more 2's. So if we wanted to write this in a much shorter way, it would be 2 multiplied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. So our final answer would be 2 to the 12th power. The second example, 2x squared raised to the 4th power, works the same way. We have 2x squared as the base, and that has been multiplied 4 times. So 2x squared times 2x squared times another 2x squared, and then the 4th 2x squared. Now, individually, each one of these things means 2 times x times x. And then another 2 times x times x, 2 times x times x, and then the 4th 2 times x times x. So completely expanded, we can see that we're actually multiplying 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that can be written as 2 to the 4th power. And then we're multiplying x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That can be written as x to the 8th. So the simplified form would be 2 to the 4th times x to the 8th. Let's look at one more example. The third example, x squared y z to the 3rd raised to the 5th power. So this entire x squared y z to the 3rd has been raised to the 5th power. So we have this thing 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now going in to expand each one of these is going to get long, and this is why we like the shortcuts. X squared yz to the 3rd. So that's x times y times z times z times z. And I'm going to do this 4 more times. X times y times z times z times z. X times y times z times z times z. That's 3, 4, and 5. And all these things are multiplication. So we can go in and put our little multiplication symbols in between each one of them. Or we can simply remember that we're just multiplying. Now to make this a lot nicer, we can multiply in any order. I'm not going to rewrite this, but I'm going to go through and determine how many times we really were multiplying x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of writing that out 10 times, I can simply write x to the 10th power. Then we're going to look at the y's. How many times were we multiplying y? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that can be rewritten as y to the 5th. And lastly, we have z's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 z's that are multiplied. So that is z to the 15th power. So x squared yz to the 3rd raised to the 5th power is the same as x to the 10th, y to the 5th, z to the 15th. Well, just like with division of powers, there is a shortcut here. If you can look back through the examples and figure out the pattern that would allow us to use a shortcut, feel free to use it. Until then, work on expanding them out until you can determine what that shortcut would be.